Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello viewers, welcome to the Fast Profits Daily. Myself Brijesh Bhatia. In this video, I'll be discussing one sector which you should avoid in April. Well, I'm going against the odds because this sector, as per the seasonality analysis, is one of the best sector in April. And if I look at the last 10 years of data, since 2012 to 2021, this sector has gained 8 years, which means that 8 years into the April month have been positive against the two negatives, which means that 80% strike rate and an average gain for last 10 years around 4.75%. Still, I am going against the odds and looking for a sector which is an avoidable, and it is an auto index. Well, if before moving on to the auto index, let's look at how it has performed against the Nifty since the rally of 2020. Even in 2021, we saw a huge upside momentum in the Nifty, but has it outperformed against the Nifty? Let's look at the first chart over here. And again, this is the CNX Auto, which is Nifty Auto Index against the Nifty 50. So if you look at since 2018, we saw a rally from 2013 to 2018 into the auto space, and since 2018 this sector is been underperforming against the Nifty. So though we saw a slight uptick over in the range of around 2020 when markets were recovering, but yes, still it is underperforming by a big margin against the Nifty. Now it is trading in a triangle formation, and once this triangle breaks down and it is at the lower band, and that's the reason I think it is been slightly suspicious that the momentum might continue onto the downside for this ratio chart, which means that the auto index could continue to underperform against the Nifty, and that's the reason I am slightly avoiding over here. Okay, and if you look at the orange line, which is 200 weekly average, and the ratio chart is trading below the long term average. So again, this is a slightly for me a slightly cautious sign, and if this triangle breakdown continues, we might see underperformance for more years to come. And even if you look at this is being into the April, auto sector is one of the strong contender of the longs. Looking at the seasonality analysis, I'm not convinced that this is a strong outperformer against the Nifty. Let's look at how the stocks have performed, individual stocks have performed into this sector. Let's start with the year with the passenger vehicles and the commercial vehicles first. If we look at the there are four charts. So left is the Maruti, Tata Motors, M&M and Ashok Leyland. All these are the weekly chart where I compared with the auto index. If you look at this basket, apart from Maruti and Tata Motors, all are slightly underperforming, though they are slightly, if I look at the momentum, are on the upper side. But still, if you look at the momentum for M&M, they are consolidating in a range. Ashok Leyland, again from the higher levels coming back onto the lower, though the slope has turned upwards. But looking at the structure, Maruti and Tata Motors are still more convincing on to the outperformance. So here, basically, I would say the Tata Motors lead the momentum. Maruti, though, have been underperforming but trading at crucial support zone. Two-wheeler space. Let's look at the two-wheeler space now. Bajaj Auto, one of the strong outperformer into the auto index for last few weeks. But if you look at the Hero Moto, the right top underperforming by a huge margin. TVS Motor has been plus and minus against the underperformance of auto index. Eicher Motors again struggling to look for an upward momentum. So here I would say in two-wheeler space, Bajaj Auto seems slightly stronger one comparing into the auto index, and momentum has been quite strong. If you look at the last a few where we saw the dip towards 3200, 3100 and back towards 3800 now. So auto space, Bajaj Auto leads the momentum. Let's look at the batteries and tires component into the auto index. So first, the upper two are Amara Raja and Exide, which are into the battery space. I would say not performing much. We are witnessing a huge underperformance by battery spaces against the in the auto space. And look at the Amara Raja battery. Now the fresh breakdown has been there. Exide Industries, the fresh breakdown has been there. But if you look at the tires on the lower panel, Balkrishna Industries is one of the strong outperforming stock into the auto space. And look at the momentum it has been generating, and it has been outperforming by huge margin into the auto space. Right from 2015, this outperformance has been going higher and higher for Balkrishna Industries, and every dip into this ratio chart has been a good accumulation for Balkrishna Industries. Though MRF saw a huge dream run between 2010 2020, but since then it's been slightly underperforming into the auto space. Now let's look at what is my view on auto index. Let's look at this chart over here. So if you look at the red line, we saw auto index hitting new all-time high of 12,139. But yes, the ratio chart shows that it is been underperforming by huge margin against the benchmark index. And remember, Maruti, Tata Motors, they are a part of the Nifty 50 as well, which holds a huge weightage into the auto index. Now, if I just look at this chart, though we saw a bullish crossover, which is the golden cross on weekly scale in 2020, but yes, the dip was support of 2200 weekly exponential moving average. Now prices are above 50 weekly exponential moving average. I would still stay till 12,139, which was the high. So 12,200, 12,300 levels are not taken out. I think this auto index will continue to remain under pressure, because we saw that the outperformance is from a few stocks, bearing it Tata Motors, Maruti into the four-wheeler and commercial vehicle space, Bajaj Auto into the two-wheeler space, and Balkrishna into the tire space. So four stocks are just contributing for a rally, which I think is not a breadth if I just looking at the long term per se or the short term per se. So I think I'll wait for 12,200, 12,300 to be taken out into the auto space to continue the bullish momentum onto the positive side. Till that levels are not taken out, I think I would avoid this sector as of now into the trading per se. As for the April, though I'm looking at the views against the odds, but still I think 12,200, 300 will play a crucial resistance zone for auto index. Until that is not taken out, I think one should avoid into this space, and stock specific momentum could continue, because we are witnessing Bajaj Auto outperformance, Balkrishna Industries outperformance, Maruti saw a huge rally from 65, 6600 back towards 8,000 levels. Tata Motors came back very, very strongly. So the overall breadth is slightly a cautious sign for me, because once these at least 50% of the stock starts trending in a favor of auto index, I think there could be an opportunity in the auto space, but I will wait for 12,200, 300 levels to be taken out. Till that, I will be slightly cautious at the higher levels onto the auto space. Signing off, Brijesh Bhatia.